Testing. Okay. The mic wasn't working for a second, guys. Sorry about that. Yes. Excuse me. Got a message from somebody. Oh crap, made a mistake on something. Everybody hang tight. I'll be with you guys shortly. Actually, I can just go to the screen. All right, I'm sorting out the gotta make a change on something. Yeah. Edit this. Nope. I guess that can stand. Check this in the chat. Live. Put this up here. Be there for the comments in the section. I just fixed up the descriptions and stuff. Okay. What a big 3 weeks. What a drop top. Captain Price. X Gaming. Badger. Yeah, midday stream. Over here in Jamaica, it's still a holiday. Everything's closed down. After Easter Sunday, there's no businesses open on Monday, so I'm just chilling. Everybody's in the room watching Disney's Wish and doing other stuff. So I got up in the middle of the day and I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I was like, let me just come on the stream. So I'm just gonna chill, give you guys some updates across the board. with EMP, mainly the Valkyries, because we're in the third dynasty, so we're in the age of the Valkyries. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about them. Go over the progress report about the future of the Valkyries and what we have to do to kind of like keep them going versus other brand of groups, what it takes for them to survive versus what it takes for us to survive and thrive. So give me a second. You're not curious, Captain Price, and you're not smart either. So don't ask questions. I am not Empress Nile and the rest of the people. I'll tell you to your face, don't be a dumbass. And I'm not a nice person. I actually cut straight to the point. If you're asking that question, it's either two things. Either you're extremely stupid or you think you're smart enough to lie in front of my face like I'm stupid. It's one of the two. Beast boy, do I talk to CND anymore? I haven't spoken to him for a while, but I don't want to say I don't talk to him. I'm not online as much, if you notice. I don't really come on and stream. I'm usually working and dealing with the Valkyries, so I haven't come across CND in a while. Every now and then I'll drop a happy birthday or Merry Christmas. That's pretty much it. Alrighty then. Alrighty, so let me do this. Captain Price, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm just gonna say that you're stupid and you haven't noticed something, so I'm gonna give you something. Some things that you need to take into consideration. Captain Price, have you ever noticed that the channel layout that I have for the Empire Arcadia is the same as the channel layout for the Valkyries of Arcadia? Have you noticed that? If you haven't noticed that, have you also noticed this? That the thumbnail has Empress Nile and Silver Neko in it. So maybe that would allude to something. Have you also noticed that the Valkyrie logos are in the stream layout? Also, I've said numerous times that I'm not here streaming on my channel because I'm streaming on Empress Nile's channel. So, yeah, you say, yeah, I know. Well, if you know, then why would you ask me if I met Empress Nile? Haven't you noticed the room I'm in looks similar to the room she's in? But let's just say your brain is functioning on a different wavelength and you're not even thinking about any of these things. I'm her husband, if you haven't noticed by now, although it's been said numerous times. So to ask me if I've met my own wife, stupid. So when I say you're either being stupid or you're talking to me like I'm stupid, now you see why I'm not being mean. It's just that either you're trying to play me like I'm dumb or you're stupid. It's got to be one of them. She told me she was married to you. So then she told you that. Why would you ask me if I've met her? So it's not that you're stupid. You think I'm stupid. Leon, what's going on? I think he was asking how y'all met. Nah, he's not two. He can structure a sentence properly. It's pretty structured right there. I can read it. He could have said, hey, how you guys met. It doesn't have to rush it. He just take his time and type slowly. Are you guys religious? Guys. Oh, you just got home from the hotel, Rion? Packing out the car. Oh, damn. Alright. Come on, man. Don't be angry at me. I'm not angry at you. I'm like, I don't like the fact that you think I'm stupid. That's what I like. Hope your Easter went well. I don't celebrate Easter really. Actually, I don't celebrate any holidays or any religious functions at all. So that answers your question. Who asked that question? If I was Jesse. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. In this age, no. Ever since, you can't be religious in this world. Too many lies. Way too many lies. And just because you're not religious does not mean you do not you don't know Yah, and you don't believe in a creator. You're not stupid, Empire. You're a cool person to me. Well, the question you asked, Captain, was a question to imply I'm stupid. No days off. Even if you don't celebrate, whole country around you operates under that guide. Yeah. I just don't celebrate. I don't celebrate holidays that I don't know the true origins of. Too many demons in the world hijacking joints, changing them, and you're under the impression that this and that. And in fact, I got something for you guys. We'll play something for you guys. So the president of Russia released the following. Listen up.
As the Ukraine-Russia war drags on, Russian President Vladimir Putin has decided to move one of Russia's holiest icons from a museum to a Moscow cathedral.
Now, this is new for you guys, but this is not new for me. I've been new about this. This is in books only like 100 years old, but you guys who are born in the 1990s, 2000s, 2010s, and recently, you wouldn't know any of this. But what you're about to listen to is factual, and you just don't know because you guys live on television and YouTube, so you really don't read anything or know anything that you think you know. But listen.
Jesus was born in a region of color. That's right. In Bethlehem. And then you get some folks say, did you know it was black people in the Bible? Okay. First man that was made was an African man.
Russia has recently unveiled a collection of ancient paintings that portray Jesus Christ as a black man, sparking widespread interest and discussion regarding the representation of religious figures. This video, showing Jesus Christ portrayed as a black man, has left many perplexed and engaged in debates. The paintings, believed to date back several centuries, were discovered in Russia's vast collection of religious art and artifacts. They offer a unique perspective on the appearance of Jesus, challenging traditional Western depictions that typically portray him as white. The unveiling of these paintings took place in a ceremony in a museum in Moscow, where they were displayed alongside other religious artifacts. The event attracted attention from scholars, art enthusiasts, and the general public alike. Dr. Elena Ivanova, an art historian, commented by saying the paintings provide a fascinating glimpse into the diversity of religious imagery throughout history. They challenge our preconceived notions and invite us to reconsider how we envision figures like Jesus. Another visitor at the museum said, "It's incredible to see these paintings and realize that Jesus may have looked different from how we usually imagine him. It's a reminder of the complexity of history and the importance of exploring different cultural perspectives." The revelation of these paintings has sparked discussions about representation, identity, and the evolving interpretations of religious figures across different cultures. It raises questions about how historical and cultural contexts influence artistic depictions and challenges the dominance of Eurocentric imagery in religious art. The unveiling of ancient paintings.
That's enough for you guys. Say good. Anybody interested in that actual video and want to see more, I pasted the link inside the chat. So is it true Putin showed a black Jesus? Yeah, it's ancient artifacts from the old world that Russia has saved, and so everyone can now see it. Wasn't the current perception of Jesus basically a portrait of the artist relative or something like that? Yes. And it just goes to show you, if they can lie about something like that, what else are they lying about? They got the whole world believing, which I don't understand, that a white man lived in the desert in Africa. That's crazy. I just was like, okay, let's say he's not black. He damn sure can't be white. But people believe, people just stupid. Anyway, that's not my go-to conversation for this. I just wanted to bring that up because I was watching it in the background. Come on, Wario, get off of me, bro. One second, guys, because Wario is being a get off of me. Okay. Oh my goodness. I hope that slowed all of y'all down too. And not just me, right? Okay. We got something going here. Oh man, yo, they sent both blooper and the ghost at me at the same time. Took away my horn and blinded my screen. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Yo, how is Wario on me like that? Get out of here, bro. Reg, what's up? No, the portrait of Jesus came from Caesar Borgola, the first crime mob criminal family of the Italians. Reg, that's what he's saying. That's who they depict the artist from. That guy. I remember his name, Caesar Borgia. When they made the art picture of Jesus, it was based on him. Okay. Leonardo da Vinci painted him. Oh, well, that would make sense. And because he's Leonardo da Vinci, everyone would take it as authentic. It's nuts. But whether the point is that they lied. That's all that matters, is that they lied. So you have to ask yourself, what else has they lied about? They changed so many stuff in scripture, it's just crazy. We had on the ninth podcast, we had our conversation regarding that, like all the things that they changed, but Yah's word, the message remains the same despite them changing the words. Hmm. Does let me see something. Caesar was deemed high value like currency. Does make sense back then. Those families basically thought they were gods. Um, yeah, well, they expressed that. Let me try to finish up this phrase. I'm actually hungry. How was you guys' weekend? Empress Now's channel has hit 10,000 subscribers, although my channel has lost 10,000 subscribers. It's a fair trade, though. Within what's this? The last 8 years, helping to build my wife's channel. My channel lost 10 grand, but hers went up 10 grand. So I think that's fair. I've done a good job and I regret nothing. I'm going to talk about the school tour in a second, guys. Get off of me, stupid. Did I outrun that red shell? I outran the. Oh no, here it comes. Okay, I was about to say, did I just outrun it? Nope. Oh man, I didn't need to skip that one. Max speed. Thank you. Huh. Oh, I'm going too fast. Computer can't catch up, so it's like, all right, let's bring this guy down to speed. Yeah. Thank you for the red. Damn, I landed a thunderous bomb. All right. The paint Putin showed was, I think, $14,000. Look at the price on the book Russian Icons. It cost about someone's yearly salary. When are you next back in the States? I don't see myself back in the States anytime soon, bro. I would only be back in the States if as far as being paid to do a job there, or someone sponsors me to go to the state for a purpose. You have to keep a reminder. I don't have anything to go back to the States to. One moment. Gotta grab something real quick to chomp on. Yeah, everything that I'm living for in terms of my purpose is here in Jamaica right now. Trying to build up the Valkyries so that I can I can turn it into for-profit organization. Then I use that money and finance the empire. I can get my bros on the field. Take care of my wife and my brothers that's here in Jamaica, and mainly their sisters. That's pretty much it. Outside of that, I don't really have anything to do back in the States. Not that would help myself or my people, so. Oh. We just finished a school tour. It was one hell of a tour to get through, but we got through it. Thanks for everybody who was able to send in their support. It was just enough to get us through the school tour. We did all 5 locations. I'm working on editing the footage so that I can put it out so you guys can see it. But if you haven't, I'll give you a couple of the shorts. Did I put them in video format? Hold on, 1 second, guys. I think most of them are on Instagram. Let me see something. YouTube. Oh no, okay. Some of them are on YouTube, but some of them are just like promos. I put them in a room. Here's promo 1. This is for the Excelsior School. That was Excelsior. This is promo 2. This is when the girls use the actual math game. It's the promo. I actually write these in promo 2. That was at Portmore Community College. Yeah, and then CBM even did an interview, so now it gives you the full context of it. The rest I have to take off Instagram. I never, wait a minute, time out, hold on. Oh, I never put that up? That's nuts. All these promos, it's kind of funny. As we're streaming, I don't even need to put the links in. Because the minute this Digicel commercial promo on my left right here finishes, it'll show you the entire school tour promo. I did a short version and compiled it. You just won't be able to hear it. I'm trying to find you guys the ones where you can hear. But it's a lot of musical stuff in it, to be honest with you. Until I actually do the actual real review. But yeah, there it goes right there. That's them that's the booths that they had. There were all those cards, those little photos and posters that you see there. Those were all stuff that they did when they were selling their merchandise there. In fact, that's what got us through a lot of the events. That's Excelsior when they were in their whites. And that helped us buy some gas and food, not to mention whatever support we got in from other people, because we couldn't really take the risk. Some days were kind of slow. Didn't really get to sell anything because the artists were there and they were singing and whatnot, and because those artists were there, the hell? Oh, okay. We didn't get to really sell much, so if not for like the donations that we got in from friends, it would have been harder than what it already was. That is St. Joseph. Teachers College. I had the teachers actually competing against math games. They did an entire interview on it. We're waiting for the release to actually drop their features on the school tour. They've been off for about 2 weeks now, 3 weeks actually. I haven't heard back from them since. We'll see too soon. This is Portmore Community College. This is where they actually got students to try out the math games in an actual classroom. I think the future of our classes should be using modern technology to help educate. Hold on, guys. I hate baby circuit. I really hate this circuit. I really do. Oh, that probably was not the smartest thing to do. Okay, there we go. Then in that you see her, she's explaining how the game works and how everybody else competed in the game and solved math skills and stuff like. It's a competition. It actually makes your brain, because you don't want to lose. It'll make you really get into the math, and that's what we wanted to kind of convey to actually to television. But the girls did a very good job. Once again, I want to thank all the people who helped support, raise the funds for us to do that school tour. Our next stop, the Valkyries are going to get into a beauty product, a beauty collaboration. Can't tell you no other details other than that. It's going to be shot at the end of April. Yikes. Oh boy. Ugh. You guys are a pain in the ass. You know that, right? What? What did I hit? Get out of here, bro. Hold on, guys. Let me get... Oh, come on. I didn't mean to hit that. Come on, bro. Down that slope real quick, bro. No, no, no. I have to use that just in case he try to use a red shell, a red mushroom on the side and come out. I was gonna knock him out of the air. Let me go into the Discord chat. Last night the girls with what? Okay. No thank you. I just saw some crazy shit. I didn't want to play this on my stream because then I could get in trouble. We're gonna ignore that. Let's see something. Yeah, LeBron dropped 40 the other night. Jake Paul actually, wait, what? Jake Paul actually backed out of his fight against Mike Tyson. As we all know, what would have happened, he would have gotten washed. There's questions about the, what's the name of this thing here? There are questions regarding the Baltimore Bridge and how it was destroyed. People are wondering, bro. There's a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance on the Switch. First impressions by the Live Video Game TV. I'm gonna drop that link in the room. Anybody's interested in watching that, see what that's about. I'm over here surfing the internet just playing games, guys. Don't mind me. I was contemplating over the weekend, guys, about some stuff. And I want to get a bunch of people's opinions on things. What do you think should be the next move that I should do in terms of focusing on like the Valkyries? What do you think would? Because I know most of you guys are not really interested in the girls. You're interested in the other stuff. But like, if there was something that was interesting about the Valkyries, what would that be that you would want me to focus on? Abdullah's playing hide and seek. Princess Peach. Oh, okay. P. Diddy is something else, bro. It's crazy. Ugh. Drop that to you. Let's see what it says. Figure out right now. What do you mean by other stuff?
Well,
As you can see, the girls cover a large a variety of different subjects and topics outside of their standard gaming, pop entertainment. So you know that they cover, or they focus on, like, events, dancing, singing, performing, cosplay, design. Obviously they model, but that goes without saying. You don't have to go through all that. And the gaming. What ideals do you think the Valkyries could focus on that would be appealing to oh crap, I didn't mean to use that shit. Yeah, what ideals you think that they could do that would be more appealing? I'm trying to expand them. We're setting up a bunch of collaborations this weekend. They're supposed to be going to some type of river trip with some guys. Are supposed to meet up with them with Spanish. It's collaborating with a Jamaican YouTuber, because the biggest thing we get from people is like, why don't they collaborate with other content creators? And it's kind of hard because I don't know per se, like, it's difficult to get other content creators that want to collaborate with them. This content creator is a dude. There's this channel called Walk by Jamaica. Very it was a small channel at the time, but they blew up. And before they blew up, the Valkyries was interested in working with them, but they never followed through in working with the Valkyries. They would just tell the Valkyries about the stuff that they're doing and whatnot, and Valkyries followed up and they didn't answer, and then one day stopped talking to them because they would only promote what was interesting to them, for their purpose. And it was kind of like, get off. What was that? Oh, so it would be good if they did anime reviews if they have the time to do it. But they do it. They do that, Jesse. There was only like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Nah, not 4 weeks, but 3 weeks ago. No, wait. Yeah, 4 weeks ago. Right when Dragon left, they did it. They had an entire stream night. Spent about 4 or 5 hours at the retreat watching animes or reviewing them. Now that we have this place called Hicha, which is a it's a boba tea place. They're gonna be chilling there every Tuesday, minimum every Tuesday. Depending on what they're doing, they're supposed to be doing something to the effect of Tuesday and Wednesdays. But if the Wednesday option is not if certain things don't work out, they will at least do Tuesday. And there's no, like, they're going to be bringing games there, but like they can focus on like just chilling and talking with the audience, and it won't just be now, it's the entire group. Or, well, let's not say the entire group, but the majority of the group who's available to go. One second, guys. Yeah. Where you come from, bro? Where you come from? I did not mean to throw them shits in front of me. Oh my goodness, and of all the times. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Yeah, that is true. I was asking Empress some time ago if she could review games developed by those from Jamaica and other islands. Well, Jesse, she used to be a TV show host on the live video game TV channel, video game TV show here in Jamaica. Nobody watched. and she did it for 5 years. And nobody watching. That was her job, literally review video game TV, new video games and stuff like that. Mainly indie games that people didn't even know. Nobody really supported the channel. Nobody watched. Nobody cared. Nobody even knew. Although she would promote it on her channel, nobody even really knew nor care about what she was doing. So I'm talking about what can they do that's popular, not of substance. Nobody cares about what they do of substance. They did a school tour. Nobody cared about the school tour. When they do any type of charities, nobody cares. Guess what they do care about? They care about when they're modeling bathing suits and looking sexy and shit. People care. So what can they do that's of commercial value that can help add them to grow? And I don't want to sound like I'm a Debbie Downer. I'm just trying to keep it a billion. They barely get any support as it is. Only time they kind of get some supports are from like the degenerates who want to see their feet or some shit like that, or want to see them twerk. Those guys, they're like literally the majority of their audience, that they get like the consistent support across the board. Outside of them, then you have their like really close brothers that like support the brand for what it is. But outside of that, like, that's it. Ooh. Oh, that was clean, bro. That was clean. We surfing out here, bro. We out here surfing. We gliding, bro. You see the slips and slides? Look at the glide, bro. Ooh. We out here, bro. Come on, Blue Shell, get off me. I try to natural boost that. Yeah. Oh, come on, bro. Hit off that one. Oh, whack. Hit myself. Don't feel sad about it, Jesse. This is, it's a part of the grind. That's just the way things are. It's just a part of the grind, bro. Okay, what did I send the other day?
out of Syria. An Israeli airstrike has hit the consular section of the Iranian embassy in the capital Damascus. At least.
Okay, you said, how did the anime review go? Well, there's a couple of people that was in it. They liked it. You said do it more consistently. That's what we wanted to kind of use Saturday for, to be very honest. We wanted to do Saturday to do anime reviews. But everything depending on how this thing with Heacher goes, we may move that over into Tuesday and Wednesday when they go to Heacher. Make an entire segment for anime. Because then you can get the other girls' opinions on the matter. And I'm waiting on Nile. Give me a second. Oh, it's crazy. We're in the same house. How come it's not calling? Of course. Of course. Why would it call? Why would it work, right? Why would that work? Niall, I'm calling you. Yes, I just called you. Your phone's not working, and your phone's dying on top of it. Did you contact Kimberly at what? What? All right.
Passed away.
Hold on. 1 minute. Oh, there we go. Maybe do it more consistently. Yeah, we're gonna try. We'll definitely try for that. The reason why I'm asking for this content is because if we get this hangout spot, I would like to know what we could do at the hangout spot other than playing games, because you won't really see the video games unless we stream on TikTok, and we're not really down with that. We want to kind of stream where the girls are just playing party funny games and whatnot, and y'all get a chance to just hang out and talk with them. This will be a weekly thing. So I'm trying to create what type of content can we do. I will facilitate something for you guys to like to engage with them. Whoa. Yeah. You can just tell me. Just don't give much details. Yes or no. Okay.
Maybe in the future.
All right. Fair enough. So we'll let Neko know it'll only be a 1 day a week thing. So it looks like we'll be going to Heat Show once a week now, every Tuesday. Tuesday tea and chill. Get off of me. Yeah, the amount of coins I'm getting is crazy, bro. Of course. Of course. Are they willing to play the console games, e.g., Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, if they could get it? Remember, they only have a Nintendo Switch. Someone had asked how come the girls don't play other consoles. It's not that there's no preference of what they like or don't like, bro. They just don't play the other consoles because they don't have them. There was a short, brief period of time. Niall had a PlayStation 4, and that was a brother's, or I think it was a PlayStation 3, and so she can't really use it. We got some guys that sponsored her. What's the name of this thing here? We got some guys that was able to sponsor our PC. We've been waiting on getting a cord, and it's, to be honest with you, it's not even a matter of like getting the cord, or getting the money to get the cord. Every time we have gotten a chance to get the cord, we've used the money for something else. So we found far more important the 2 times that money was donated towards a cord. It was like the actual wire, so they could do split. But it's not like the way people would think about it. Whoa, helicopter. Come on. Out of all that time, that's as far as I got from these guys. I'm over here skating. Come on, Truffles. Wow. Wow. Blue shell, and that guy would just so happen to ramp off, right? We'll run it back. COVID, what's up? Red Dead Redemption is on the Switch now. Awesome story. I don't support Rockstar. Personally. I don't support games that you just indiscriminately kill just for the I just don't support those games. Bad enough that I have to deal with that was oh man. He was wondering, guys, I was using one hand to record and drive at the same time because that green shell shot was just too godlike. Woo! Yo, he's sliding, dude. I throw that outside. Come on, man. Excuse me. What? I did not mean to throw that behind me. Yeah. Woohoo! Yahoo! Yee! What? Come on. What is your grip? What is your gripe with them? Well, I was closely associated with Rockstar way back in the days. Late 90s, early 2000s. And the stuff that Rockstar makes, not completely, but their flagship games are degenerate, bro. It's the things that you can simulate the you can simulate the you can simulate too many negative elements of their games. So Red Dead Redemption is no different. This is not to say that the designs of the games are bad, but it's a more ethical thing. Looks like my fan is going to be out. I can hear it. Oh, what the hell? This fan is pretty much done. I'm gonna have to buy a new fan. I'm gonna clean it off at some point tonight. I'm gonna try to get a new fan within the next 2 weeks. This one's pretty much dead. It was a cheap fan anyway. Served its purpose, but the engine is pretty much done. These fans that says windy on them, they're the best type of fans there ever is. Sea breeze and these other dudes is like, nope. Bro. Oh crap, I ran into my own shit. Baby Mario, get off of me. Of course. Of course. This is cheating. All right, back to the track that I got. What's the word for this thing here? Ripped off on. Straight skating. Come on, bro. You should have weaved that. Straight skate. Skate. We skating between them. Right there. Let's go. Okay, skate right between them, right? We skating, no problem. Skate, straight skating, bro. Shoot it up. What? Oh, I am so far in the lead. It's crazy. We lifted. Keeson, what's up? What was I watching that? That's before I answered Jesse's question. Okay.
5 people have been killed. Among the dead is a senior commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Several of the embassy's diplomats have also reportedly been killed in the attack. Iran's foreign minister says the Israeli attack is a breach of all international conventions. Let's bring in our correspondent Zaina Hodder. She's joining us live from Beirut. And Zaina, Iran's saying that a consular annex was attacked by fighter jets. What are you learning about this incident?
Well, no doubt this is a major escalation in regional tensions. Both Syria and Iran are accusing Israel of targeting the Iranian consulate in the heart of the Syrian capital, Damascus. The pictures, the videos emerging from Damascus show a building completely flattened. This is a diplomatic mission, and diplomatic missions should be safe. They should be immune according to international law. So this is really akin to targeting a country on another country's soil. Now, the Iranian ambassador to Syria says that he was in the adjacent building. He survived the attack. He's also saying and promising that Iran is going to respond. In his words, the response will be swift and harsh. Other Iranian officials on Twitter are saying that, quote, the Zionist regime entered a new phase in this war by attacking an embassy, and that no Israeli embassy will be safe. So this, no doubt, is a significant attack. Israel has been targeting Iranian and Iranian-linked targets for years now. But this is the first time hitting a consulate. They've killed generals in the past, but in this particular strike, they've also killed a top-ranking commander in the Quds force. So yet another major blow to Iran. A number of Iranian generals have been killed in recent months. So Iran is promising a retaliation, and this really we've seen a pattern, an uptick in the Israeli strikes. Targeting Iranian positions and Iranian political positions in Syria in the past few months, ever since October, ever since the war on Gaza began, and ever since the Iranian-led so-called Axis of Resistance opened fronts against Israeli forces to help Palestinians in Gaza.
Zaina, thank you very much for that. That's our correspondent Zaina Hodder with what we know so far, joining us live from Beirut. Let's bring in Hamza Salahut. She's live in occupied East Jerusalem. Hamza, the White House says they're looking into the reports of what's happened in Damascus. But has there been any comment from the Israelis about this attack?
There's been no comment from the Israelis on this attack in Syria, as is per the typical Israeli policy of not commenting on their military activities in Syria. But it comes after Israel's defense minister just a couple of days ago, Yoav Gallant, speaking, saying that Israel is going to intensify its attacks on all enemies, whether it's in Lebanon, whether it's in Damascus, and however far they are. Additionally, we know that Israel's military chief of staff, Herzi Halevi, while speaking in Israel's north, has said that they authorized plans for, quote, the continuation of fighting. That is with Lebanon, but it could also mean a continuation of strikes on Syria. The Israelis have said repeatedly that they are going to go after any target anywhere in the world, wherever and whenever they see fit. Additionally, they have said that whenever they carry out a strike in the daytime, it means that they have direct and precise intelligence on a target or on a person they are trying to target or assassinate. So while there's been no comment on the Israelis from this, remember that there was also no comment from the Israelis back when Saleh al-Aruri was assassinated in Lebanon as well. So it's unlikely we are going to be hearing from the Israelis on this strike in Syria as per the regular Israeli military policy.
Hamza, thank you for that. Hamza Salhoud joining us live from occupied East Jerusalem. We're going to bring in our correspondent, Ali Hashim now. Ali, you have covered the region extensively. Iran's state media has confirmed that Mohammad Reza Shahadi of Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps has been killed. What do we know about him?
Well, Mohammad Zahidi is one of the most senior IRGC commanders. He used to be, before being dispatched to the region, to Lebanon and Syria, he was also the head of Iran's area, the IRGC's aerial forces, the ground forces. He took several responsibilities over the past years. However, he's been in and out in Lebanon since the 80s and 90s, and was said to be the head of the IRGC in Lebanon. Now, meaning to be the head of IRGC in Lebanon means that he's in very close coordination with Lebanese group Hezbollah. And in 2021, after Javad Ghaffari, who was Iran's IRGC commander in Syria, was dismissed, he was appointed as the head in Lebanon and Syria. So he's a very senior commander, and he has a lot of respect inside Iran, especially within the hierarchy of the nation.
Okay, so really a huge target here. It's, of course, not the first killing of someone from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps since the war on Gaza began. We were hearing from our correspondent in occupied East Jerusalem, Hamza Salhoud. She was talking about the assassination of the Hamas leader, Saleh al-Aruri, and he was said to have been going between Hamas, between Hezbollah. If we look at the pattern of who's been killed since October 7th, who is Israel going after?
Well, in fact, there have been several assassinations over the past 6 months, starting with a couple of Iranian IRGC tech guys. They are officers in the IRGC, but they're mainly specialized in technology. And I think as the Israelis accused them, they were responsible for drone attacks. These were the first 2 IRGC officers who were killed in Syria in an Israeli airstrike. Then there was an assassination of a Hamas operative in Syria, and that was surprising because of all what we know on the kind of troubled relations between Hamas and Syria. That was responsible for launching rockets from the Golan Heights from Golan towards the occupied Golan. Then the assassination of Razil Musa, who was the IRGC logistics guy. He was one of the most senior IRGC commanders in Syria, and actually he was killed near Damascus. Then the assassination of Saleh al-Aruri, then the assassination of the IRGC intelligence unit in Syria, and now the killing of Zahidi, General Zahidi. And it's not only Zahidi who was killed, his assistant, his deputy actually, was killed, and the guy who replaced Razil Musa, the guy was killed in December 2023, and who succeeded him was also assassinated today. So Israel is going behind all the networks, and it seems that it's hitting the layers, different layers of communication, coordination, and leadership. And this is aimed mainly at uprooting the Iranian military influence, and at the same time, for example, with the killing of Saleh al-Aruri, the leadership of the resistance groups, whether in Lebanon or in Syria. Of course, we have to mention also the killing of Hezbollah's field commanders during the past months.
We're hearing from Iran's foreign minister, and our correspondent Zaina in Beirut touched on this, saying that they hold Israel responsible, that there will be consequences. How do you expect Iran to respond? They have refrained from responding directly so far, but this attack is something else, is it not?
Well, over the past few months, there have been several assassinations, as we said, but it was clear that the deterrence, the Iranian deterrence, is destroyed. And it isn't capable of retaliating, or they're taking a kind of a decision to keep a space or a distance and not retaliating. The fact is that today's attack is different. Now, we can't give an answer because this is within the area of analysis. However, it's most probable that with the hitting of a consulate, which is kind of an Iranian soil, the Iranians are in front of a big decision to take, or else the deterrence will get weakened and weakened day after day. And then with the killings of such high-ranking commanders, maybe we'll see much more bigger assassinations over the coming weeks.
Ali, thank you very much for your analysis. That is our correspondent, Ali Hashim.
In an undercover video at a Michigan town hall over the weekend, Republican Representative Tim Walberg was reported saying that no U.S. aid should be sent to Gaza, adding, quote, "We shouldn't be spending a dime on humanitarian aid. It should be like Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Get it over quick." Per Politico, he has since attempted to backtrack, calling it a metaphor. So this really blew up over the weekend. The comments about aid to humanitarian aid to Gaza being vastly overshadowed by the implication that he thinks it would be appropriate to drop a nuclear bomb on Gaza. This seems being said by a sitting congressmember from Michigan, not getting nearly as much attention as, let's say, Rashida Tlaib, who was censored for her comments and advocacy of the rights of Palestinians, saying from the river to the sea. Is that a metaphor? Or obviously we've had now multiple hearings on what people, college kids on campuses say that they have been hearing and experiences, none of which seems to amount to the gravity of a sitting Congress member literally saying that they think it would be appropriate to drop an atomic bomb on the Gaza Strip.
Right. So in response, he said that that is not what he meant. I'm just going to read his full statement so we have it on the record. He says, "As a child who grew up in the Cold War era, the last thing I'd advocate for would be the use of nuclear weapons. In a shortened clip, I used a metaphor to convey the need for both Israel and Ukraine to win their wars as swiftly as possible without putting American troops in harm's way. My reasoning was the opposite of what's being reported. The quicker these wars end, the fewer innocent lives will be caught in the crossfire. The sooner Hamas and Russia surrender, the easier it will be to move forward. The use of this metaphor, along with the removal of context, distorted my message. But I fully stand by these beliefs and stand by our allies." And in the longer clip, in terms of humanitarian aid, he's also talking about the pier that is being built, the floating aid situation, saying he opposes that, opposes being money, American tax dollars being spent for this purpose. So, I think it's good to hear him repudiate what he clearly said, and that we should not use nuclear weapons, because that would be very bad. He said he's talking about the need to end these wars swiftly.
At what cost and at whose cost? That's the question.
Well, right. And in terms of, just compared to the Ukraine-Russia war, Ukraine is not in a position to end its war with Russia swiftly or with the use of nuclear weapons. If someone was going to end the Russia-Ukraine war swiftly with the use of nuclear weapons, it would be Russia, which would obviously be very bad. And the sort of kind of global taboo on the use of nuclear weapons that has ensued since Nagasaki and Hiroshima is very good for the continuation of the human race. So it would be, even frankly, I think, in a war effort where there was maybe less, not that this would ever happen, but where there wasn't much ambiguity or public disagreement on who was in the right and who was in the wrong, I think we would still, most people would oppose the work of
but remember that part of the reason why after World War II we had the League of Nations, United Nations, and new promulgation of international law to govern how we fought wars is because of the hotly debated ethics of bombing a civilian population to end a war more quickly. the over 200,000 people were killed by those two bomb drops in cities where, I just looked this up, Hiroshima had maybe about 350 people living there total. There are over 2.3 million people living in the Gaza Strip. And combine that with the increased technological power of bombs that we have now, and you're really talking about broadly sacrificing literally millions of civilian lives in an effort to end the war quickly. And if you listen to the entire comments, he also talks about how our support of Israel is about fighting Russia and all of these other kind of broad, sort of Cold War feeling objectives. Who will have to pay for that? Millions of innocent Palestinians, which brings us to the second part of this story, equally alarming, I'd say. A report in the Israeli paper Haaretz revealed Israel is establishing kill zones in Gaza. As friend of the show, Trita Parsi posted, Israel has created kill zones in Gaza where they kill everything that moves. Many of the 9,000 terrorists Israel claims that it has killed, Israeli soldiers now say, were, quote, civilians whose only crime was to cross an invisible line drawn by the IDF. So this story lays out a really disturbing reality that appears to have emerged, again, from testimony from IDF soldiers, where they write, this is from the article, and every combat zone commander defines such kill zones. This means clearer red lines that no one who is not from the IDF may cross, so that our forces in the area are not hit. The boundaries of these kill zones are not determined in advance, nor is their distance from whatever house they choose as kind of the ground zero of it. What that means is that the video that we all commented on last week and the week before, that was so horrifying, that was so evocative of the kind of helicopter shooting that came out of WikiLeaks, where you see 4 Palestinians unarmed walking around, looking through the rubble of their destroyed houses, being picked off from the sky. There was no claim. There was no sustained claim that those people were anything other than civilians. Is that an example of what happens when someone happens just to walk through an area that Israel has designated as a kill zone? And what does that mean in a territory where, again, there are all this huge civilian population with no kind of warning, no signals, no checkpoints, no nothing that could allow people to avoid getting killed basically randomly by Israel?
Right. I mean, in theory, that's the kind of ongoing horror that the representative was trying to say he would like to swiftly bring an end. Now, of course, the
by
nuking of
killing more all at once.
Kill everyone.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this is the difficulty of modern warfare in a heavily civilian population. You think about. I mean, we did. We won World War II. Japan surrendered after those actions. Which, by the way, the nuclear extermination of those 2 cities was preceded by the firebombing of Tokyo that killed just as many people. Less well remembered, less because of the impact, the searing impact of the bomb on the public kind of conception of what was going on. The awesome, terrifying new technology, but just as many people were killed in the conventional bombing that went on in Germany.
Yeah, and one other thing and we referenced this in another blog that we did, another segment that we talked about today with respect to the internal protests in Israel that are bound up with concerns about whether or not Netanyahu is prioritizing the lives and well-being of hostages. Remember that incident last year where 3 Israeli hostages were killed seemingly summarily, as they were, at least one was bare-chested and kind of waving a white flag of sorts. Was that a consequence of those hostages simply moving through one of these designated kill zones? At the time, there was all this debate about whether or not, well, they thought they were terrorists, so maybe that's okay, but why do you think they're terrorists if they're unarmed and waving flags? Is that kind of an admission that you're shooting people who are Palestinian civilians, and the only mistake here in the eyes of Israel is that they were Israeli civilians as opposed to Palestinian civilians? That was the discourse that was happening at the time. And it might even be more sinister than that the evaluation of whether or not someone is even Israeli, a hostage versus Palestinian, much less Hamas, is completely jettisoned if it happens to be a kill zone that's been designated by the IDF.
Very disturbing. We will continue to follow that. More Rising right after this.
Okay.
2024 has been awful for the adult film industry. Recently, adult film stars have been dropping like flies. Kathleen Lynn Carter, dead at 36 from taking her own life. Sophie Leon, dead at 26 from a suspected homicide. Jesse James, dead at 43 from an overdose. Dinah Fields, dead at 24. At the time of this video being recorded, Emily Willis is in critical condition from an overdose and her family is expecting the worst. It seems like every week I've been hearing about some adult film star just randomly dying. So what the fuck is going on? Or better yet, what is going on in the industry? Well, the adult film industry is probably one of the worst industries to work in ever. Now, that really shouldn't be too surprising. An industry as gross and obscure as porn being a really weird place to work, I mean, no surprise, right? But people don't really seem to grasp just how awful this industry really is and the genuine terrible effect it has on people and on society. So let's cut the bullshit and just get right into it. So, how exactly is the industry connected to all of these deaths? Well, I think a good start is looking at one of the people that I mentioned earlier, Dinah Fields. Now, months before she died, she talked about facing serious abuse in the adult industry. It is very difficult to be a woman and create adult content when society is literally in shit. At 24 years old, she was found unalive in her home. But one of the weirdest things is that the cause of her death was not really made available. Now, when interviewed about her death, her friend and fellow adult film star Alejandra Sweet said that I can't really share too many details right now because I'm saddened by the news. Now, the production company that she was signed to, Milky Peru, released a statement on their Instagram dedicated to Dinah. We still can't believe this. We refuse to be without you. We would like to see you one more time. We hope someone wakes us up from this bad dream. You will always be in our hearts. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your life. And this is the same production company that she was facing all of this abuse from at the time. It's pretty suspicious behavior, don't you think? Now, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist here, but maybe, just maybe, it was an inside job. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't think it's gone that far, but it's still kind of fucking weird. Now, Dinah is not the first to open up about the dark side of this industry. In fact, almost every single major adult film star that you can think of has opened up about the abuse, exploitation, and the serious consequences of it. Lana Rhoades, one of the biggest stars out there, has talked about being forced to do certain scenes that she really did not want to do.
During my short stint in porn, the really extreme acts were what was popular, and that's why being the #1 performer in the industry at the time, everyone wanted to make money off me, so they pushed me to do these things. And it just gets really extreme, like you were saying, abusive. I don't want to go into too much detail. Like, honestly, some of my experiences are really humiliating for me, and I wish that they never happened.
Many adult film stars, both male and female, are often forced to do scenes that they really do not want to perform. Now, not every job is perfect. In almost any job that you want to be successful in, you have to do things that you don't want to do. Actors often have to take roles that they don't really like that much in order to boost their career and get recognition. But if you're trying to get your foot into the adult film industry, you don't really get a say. Many scenes often require doing extremely gross and painful things in order to get the job. I'm not going to describe any of those things, but I think you can use your imagination. Now, a lot of these girls start in the industry when they're as young as 18 years old, as a matter of fact. But oftentimes, many are recruited even younger. Tracy Lords, one of the most successful actresses in her time, was only 15 years old when she started. She used a fake birth certificate and a fake driver's license to claim that she was way older than she actually was and starred in many, many movies. In the 80s, she was one of the highest paid adult film actresses at the time, earning over $1,000 per day. And this was all while she was only 16 years old. But when she turned 18, the authorities finally looked into the tip that she was actually underage, and they discovered that her credentials were completely fake. The owners of her video agency, Excitement Videos, were arrested, and any film that she starred in was now legally considered a child porn. In court, the government prosecutors claimed that Tracy was manipulated by the industry and was drugged to do certain scenes that she did not want to do. However, in her autobiography, she claims that anyone who worked with her never once saw her take drugs, and that she was fully aware of her actions. But many of her co-workers and even her sister have heavily criticized the book for lying. Now, this is the most well-known case of underage actors in adult films, and probably the most controversial one, because it's kind of hard to decide who to really put the blame on. Was it Tracy's fault for lying to the company by using fake documents that looked real? Maybe the company genuinely did not know. Or should the movie company have done a better job at checking her background and making sure that she really was of age? Keep in mind, it was the 80s. The internet was still pretty new and wasn't very advanced. But that's not really even close to the worst. Because one of the worst secrets in the industry easily is the human trafficking. Now, over 4.8 million people globally are sexually exploited, and more than 20% of these people are used solely for the purpose of pornography. The #1 site where all this content has been uploaded is Pornhub, the world's biggest porn site. The site that both you and me have been on before. And if you genuinely have the balls to say that you've never been on it, you're a goddamn liar. In December 2018, a 15-year-old girl randomly went missing after she left her home. The mom did find her daughter 10 months later, but she didn't find her through the authorities. She found her on Pornhub, where she was featured in over 50 videos. Dawn Gianni, a substitute teacher, was arrested after she posted videos of her assaulting her 14-year-old family member on the website. And the only reason the authorities knew about it was because one of her classmates saw the video online and reported it. Rose Colombo was 14 years old when she was kidnapped by two men and R-worded for 12 hours straight. They uploaded the footage to the hub, and several months later, students at her school were sharing the link on MySpace and tagging her. Several versions of this video were uploaded to the site, with one of them having over 400,000 views. Now, over the course of 6 months, she reached out to Pornhub and explained multiple times that she was a minor and that this was assault, and begged them to take the video down, but never got a response. Until finally she created a new email posing as a lawyer and demanded they take the video down or legal action would occur. And there are many, and I mean many, stories just like this. These are only a few. However, one of the most infamous situations that brought attention to this issue was one of Pornhub's partner channels, Girls Do Porn. The website's founder, Michael Pratt, created multiple fake modeling websites and invited women to apply for a modeling gig. He posted ads for these on Craigslist and specifically targeted college towns and wanted women who were 18 to 21 years old. Once the women applied, he then told them that the job they actually applied for was for porn and not modeling. Because, you can't really recruit porn stars through Craigslist. At least I don't think so. Now, these girls were initially offered $2 to $6 grand for 30 minutes of shooting. Now, many of the girls, predictably, were hesitant to actually sign the contract and take the gig, even though it was good money for what seemed like very little labor. So Michael tried to manipulate the women and get them to sign contracts in very shady and straight-up illegal ways. He hired reference girls, and their job was to earn the women's trust and try and deceive them into signing the contract by lying to them and withholding certain information.
The world's crazy. A lot of these news, a lot of this news is just ugh. Okay.
Russia's armed forces has deactivated another M1A1 SA Abrams from Ukraine's armed forces in the vicinity of Avdiivka. It's noteworthy to mention that, this time, the Abrams was disabled by the Lancet, an unmanned aerial vehicle. An anonymous source relayed a Russian drone referred to as the Lancet successfully targeted an Abrams in the Avdiivsky sector within the northern military district. The anonymous informant highlighted to the agency the unequivocal presence of recording equipment that captured the moment Russian artillery struck an American transport. Recently, the Russian Ministry of Defense revealed reports of Ukraine's armed forces losing another Abrams near Avdiivka. Simultaneously, the positioning of central troops on the front line has undergone significant improvements, successfully repelling 7 counterattacks. The Russian Ministry of Defense publicized on March 20th that the Russian forces had successfully taken down the 4th American Abrams tank, specifically in the direction of Avdiivka. The military authorities highlighted that an FPV drone considerably incapacitated the tank stationed in the village of Berdichi within the Donetsk People's Republic, DPR. Previously, on February 26th, the first destructive strike against an Abrams tank was reported. Jan Gagin, an advisor to the DPR's leader, echoes the sentiment that any new equipment sent by the West to the governing party Kiev is exposed to attacks and susceptible to them. As we delve deeper into the situation on the front lines in Ukraine, it becomes clear that there's a coordinated effort to eliminate enemy equipment. Intriguingly, sources indicate a notable intrigue in the Abrams tank's performance. This attention contrasts with their interactions with tanks like the Leopard or the Challenger, with the latter undergoing another setback recently. We can recall an article from BulgarianMilitary.com that verified an M1 Abrams tank provided by the U.S. to Ukraine sustained serious damage from an anti-tank mine. Drone footage shows that this specific Abrams tank may be the most severe casualty thus far. Primary sources from the front lines confirmed this occurrence, stating that the tank did indeed strike an anti-tank mine, resulting in substantial damage. However, despite this unfortunate event, reports suggest that the crew managed to miraculously evacuate the armored vehicle unscathed. Before this event, there were already significant reports about the destruction of at least 3 other M1 Abrams tanks. Information regarding the destruction of a 4th tank was circulating, but this particular intel is under examination, as the accompanying photographs sparked some debates. Over the past few months, there's been a growing buzz around the Abrams presence. Interestingly, the M1 Abrams first made its appearance on the ground in Ukraine in the previous year, albeit a significant distance from the war zone. However, as of February 5th, we began to hear of sightings of a fully prepared Abrams tank in the vicinity of Avdiivka. Fast forward to just a few days before the first news break about a demolished Abrams tank near Stepove in Donetsk. Reports came in of it advancing across the war-torn rural landscape, engaging targets within Russian territories. According to BulgarianMilitary.com, approximately 31 M1 Abrams tanks were dispatched by the United States to the Ukrainian armed forces. Reports from both the U.S. and Ukraine stipulate that these tanks are all stationed within Ukrainian borders. The rapid downfall of a significant number of Abrams tanks in a relatively short period indicates the aggressive deployment of Abrams tanks by the Ukrainian military in their conflict with Russian forces. Produced by Zala Aero, a branch of the Kalashnikov Group, the Zala Lancet drone is a cutting-edge unmanned combat aerial vehicle, UCA. This kamikaze drone is engineered with a specific purpose in mind, to identify, pursue, and strike enemy objectives with precision. Powered by an electric motor, the drone operates silently, making it less noticeable. It uses a bi-blade propeller and can reach speeds as high as 130 kilometers per hour, striking a perfect balance between speed and stealthiness. Examining it from a technical perspective, the drone is equipped with modern optical and communication systems. This includes a high-resolution camera that is operable during both day and night, as well as a robust communication system that allows for real-time data transmission within a range of approximately 40 kilometers. The Zala Lancet can maintain an operational flight path for up to 40 minutes. It can be programmed to operate autonomously with a predetermined flight route or be manually controlled.
You guys are just killing each other. Shit didn't make any sense.
My friend. My friend. Friend.
Yeah, man. No good. So right about now, right up the sun, right by one corner. Mr. Me right by the corner for all our road, right about now. I must say, I know the sea tiger, but know this what every day is about. And it's all about walking to make us exactly what. Man is going like in a 2024 massive. I don't know it's been raining a little bit, but I don't know people in the street. They go walk on top. I was swear people them depart. We're going to see how crime and violence stay in that place. Right now, we don't hear about Spanish only in the media mix up here. A long time. So I love that one. Because we think I say, you want to Spain and I never go in there when I say, that's why easy a little bit. And I say, all right then, at the time. Yeah. Yeah, stop no joke, my teacher. Listen, come and walk with one Spanish town here. I just walk, look what I'm going, see, and everything good. So I go see if everything alright. So far it's been a while when I hear nothing going bad about Spanish town. So look back. Yeah, right, but the capture outside in the Spain town. Look out. What? That is it. Outside. Big up on the side, here now. Oh, look. Wait, they can't swim? You have a swim too? Why you just see swimming, man? Big up yourself. See? Yeah. So you not swim? You? Why you not swim? You not swim? Yeah, man, I'm for tear, man. Go on and get me soldier. Outside. Ready? What? Respect, hear that? Big up for yourself. Yeah, man. It's just a vibe, it's an energy. More time for that, we just live G. Tell them say life sweet. Yeah. Don't joke, don't. Yeah, massive, when I watch the sport, remember, the subscribe, all that massive, when know about Canel and thing I call Canel. Swimming night, good for all sort of things, you see me? Yeah, just a whole of vibe too. Yeah, so as we continue, we're there Wellington Street. Oh, you can't fire right now, man. I want to see them like you can't run enough. You understand? Come through maturity stuff. Yeah. Look good. Marty. Look good. Alright, so we have some jail. Yeah, but the man here two artists here. But the man here two artists spreadsheet, you know. Talk to them time, you know. I mean, yeah, really good. Big up yourself. Jamaica walk by YouTube channel, you see me? Respect. I want to look at me, she even see that bar, that come look at she lucky bar. Eh? Look good now, man. People think that's a beautiful ladies that shine, man. You're going to come out and do this in your eye. Two Jamaican ladies in my eye, and they look so, you know. Tell her, man. Big up yourself. What? Make sure say artist, you know.
Make sure you're artist.
One Jamaica walk by. That is it. Yeah, walk by. So, now you have to put on a shirt, you're good, man. Alright.
Ramen. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Let's see this.
All right, y'all. This debate came out a few days ago, but I couldn't help myself. I had to cover it. This is a real battle of the minds here. This is an idiot off. They're having an idiot competition. So it's Alex Jones versus Rabbi Shmuley. So we're gonna go from the most substantive parts of this discussion to the least substantive. That's gonna be the progression here. So at certain points, they go back and forth on Israel. That's what we're gonna start with, and then we'll take it from there. But just know, at some point, we come along to accusations of butt plug wearing, nicknames like Rabbi Butt Plug. There's a lot going on in this clip, okay? And by the way, just for those of you who don't know, the reason Alex says that to Shmuley is because Rabbi Shmuley's daughter owns a kosher section, and they've made a point of like promoting it on all of the various shows and during the various interviews that Rabbi Shmuley does. They've done videos where it's just them two talking.
Genocide. Mr. Alex Jones, may I ask you to define genocide, please?
The definition of genocide is trying to wipe out a ethnic or religious or cultural group, and we have Netanyahu openly.
It's not my time. No, it's not my time. You're clocking it to make sure that I don't ever do it. Geno means ethnicity, side means mass murder. It was coined by a great Holocaust survivor, Raphael Lemkin, a great international jurist. 1947, the United States is a signatory to the Anti-Genocide Convention. In 1 week, there will be the 30th anniversary of the genocide of the Tutsis in Rwanda. There's been a genocide in Armenia, etc., etc. I'm a student of genocide. I'm close to President Kagame of Rwanda. He's the only one who stopped the genocide, etc. Okay, now, how could you accuse Israel of genocide if it's about killing an ethnicity? Israel has 1.9 million Arab citizens who live as equal citizens, in fact, even more equal than the Jews, because they're not drafted in the army. They don't have to fight Hamas. Jewish soldiers fight to protect their The ultra-Orthodox are also not drafted in the army. What a ridiculous argument! Oh my God. And it's about Palestinians. That's what it's about. Palestinians. They're not doing a genocide of Arabs more broadly, or all Muslims. It's Palestinians is what's happening. And then, like, it's the technical. I hate this fucking, like, super technical argument. Like, well, they haven't killed every single Gazan, so. Okay, so in your conception, if they killed 99.9% of Gazans, is that not a genocide because they left 0.1% alive? Hitler didn't even successfully kill all the Jews. So is that not a genocide? Oh my. I gotta try to calm down. Let's keep it. Million Muslims who are Israeli citizens. If Israel was guilty of genocide, the first people they would have killed would, of course, be the Israeli Arabs, who live in total safety. Number two, we Jews seem to suck at genocide, Alex Jones, because if we tried genocide and we took over Gaza in 1967, there were 500,000 Arabs. Now there's 1.5 million. So the population has tripled. Well, we're guilty of genocide. It's like saying the Nazis committed genocide, and we went from having 18 million Jews in Europe to having 54 million today. No, we don't.
This is a literal argument that's used by Holocaust deniers. This is a Holocaust denier argument.
You have 15 million Jews left in the whole world because they killed 6 million Jews. That's genocide. You lied about the Jews. It's a blood libel. Then you said that the IDF actually acknowledged videos where Israeli soldiers had a smile on their face and shot Arab children. This is a blood libel. It's no different.
It is literally, all this shit is on TikTok. All this shit is documented by the world's leading human rights organization. You're not gonna, make claims of anti-Semitism to get your ass out of this reality, but that's what he's trying to do.
You have dominated. Candace lost her job on Friday, fired by Ben Shapiro, because she liked a tweet that said, this rabbi drinks frickin' Christian blood, which is disgusting and vile, and you are repeating the same lies. Now,
that is... To be clear, I don't like Alex Jones. I despise Alex Jones. He's wrong about so many things. We have a long history of debunking a lot of his nonsense. Having said that, bringing up something Candace Owens did, and then saying to Alex Jones, you are doing the same thing by what? Calling what Israel's doing in Gaza genocide? It's not the same thing. That is not the same thing. It's not even close. By the way, are there other instances in the past where Alex Jones was being anti-Semitic? I think there has been. In fact, go to Secular Talk, type in Alex Jones, Brian Stelter. He did a really disturbing video about Brian Stelter, where it really does invoke a lot of the anti-Semitic tropes. And I'm no fan of Brian Stelter, but I'm just here to call balls and strikes. And if you're calling balls and strikes, the takeaway from those videos is kind of clear, right? Having said that, this is not Rabbi Shmuley's claim. That the thing you said about Brian Stelter and using stereotype X, Y, and Z, that is anti-Semitic. He's saying Candace Owens did this anti-Semitic thing, and you're also guilty.
Hey, what's up, Kirby? Been a while. I'll just here chilling. We're past the 2-hour mark. I'm going to finish up this race. Take a shower. Wait for the Valkyries to get on so they can play Pokemon Unite. Final race. What? Oh, goodness. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, nice. Had good Easter. I don't celebrate Easter, but I did relax for the weekend. I'm craving some Easter bun. Not me. I just had me a bowl of delicious ramen. So that'll hold me down tonight until some dinner time. I need some rice and tuna. He's running some Chinese food.
The exact same thing, because on Twitter the other day you said what Israel's doing is a genocide. No, calling what Israel's doing a genocide is just accurate. That's just correct.
Responsibility and say you're sorry.
All right. Yeah. I've been writing down the time here. You are.
He's such a performative asshole, right? Shmooey's everything's so like performative and over the top. And all right, let's. By the way, Alex Jones is being remarkably calm for Alex Jones standards. And I get the sense, I'm curious what you guys think. Post in the comment section below if you agree with me. But it really looks to me like he's off the sauce. Like, I know he was drinking heavily back in the day. Lord only knows what substances he was on. You can kind of see it in his eyes and the way he acts on air. He's still got a bunch of theories that are horrifically incorrect. Don't get me wrong. But in terms of his demeanor, it looks like he's off the sauce.
In the last 30 minutes, you are about 6 minutes ahead of me on time. So now, stay there and don't interrupt.
But that's in Jewish time. In Jewish time, it's only 2 minutes, by the way. You gotta go by Jewish time.
I know.
That was the anti-Semite. That was the
I'm trying to have a serious discussion, okay?
Okay.
It's just let me talk, okay? When I say that I don't want to be the Muslims' enemy or the Jews' enemy, that's not me having a moral problem and I'm this wimp who can't make a decision. I'm saying I'm not obsessed with Israel, even though I love history and study this stuff for him. And I'm not against the Muslims. And I'm trying to sit here and say I didn't like October 7th. I said it was wrong at the time. And I said they should kill the leaders of the mosque. But I said if Israel goes into this trap and carpet bombs all of it, they will get most of the mosques. We will make them stronger in the end, as Trump has now said, and many other people that are smart have said, and that is incredibly destructive and wrong. And then I've seen the countless videos of just wholesale shooting and bombing and blowing up groups of people, and you can't interrupt. You can't tell me that this is strategic or this is precision. And you say, well, we don't care. We've always been attacked. We don't care how this looks. I've never seen the whole world. I say 80% of people who've been pro-Israel turn against Israel. And I'm simply saying, I know Israel's a attacked country. I want to be able to operate, live in peace. But this is destroying not just the Palestinians, but I think will end up destroying Israel in the end. And then they're going to bring to Europe and the United States, who survives all these pissed off Muslims. That is wrong. And then I'm sitting back, looking at all of this, and simply trying to stop this war. I'm not pro-Russia, I'm not pro-Ukraine, but I'm against the whole war, and I'm trying to stop it. It's not a moral issue that I've not taken aside. I'm not Ukrainian, I'm not Russian. This is World War III. All the analysts admit it's escalating into full nuclear war. I like living, and I want this to stop. And so there is definitely, in my view, a chutzpah with the Christian Zionists and some of the radical right-wing folks in Israel that simply think that people can say and do whatever they want. And it's well documented that Rachel Corrie gets run over with a bulldozer, and people make jokes about it, or that there's videos. I mean, this latest film got leaked out of the Israeli Defense Ministry of the drone missiles raining down on kids walking up, the middle of a dirt road, trying to go back to their house, and they're being killed. And to say to Israel, you shouldn't herd them all up to the sea and then start bombing them in Rafah. A, those are children. B, that looks bad. And you asked me the genocide question. You immediately interrupted because I have a definition. And yes, the Genocide Convention is 1947-48, directly off of a response to Hitler's final solution that was on record that they were going to try to exterminate all the Jews. That is a fact. That happened. And so I see the Nazis denying Hitler ever did that. And then I see what's happening in Israel and what's happening in Gaza and this bombing campaign herding everybody into this area and doing this, and the world sees it as shooting fish in a barrel and sees it like Skynet, which is one of the most powerful militaries in the world for its size, one of the most high-tech, probably the most high-tech, nobody denies. That there's incredible technology and developments everywhere in Israel. No one denies Jews aren't smart. And we're watching this, and it feels like we're watching Goliath sit there and basically rape David. It doesn't look good. And I'm going to play you a video that you can respond. I only want 3 minutes. I get 1 more minute. Here's a video yesterday of a girl with her leg blown off in Rafah, a 7-year-old girl. And I'm telling you, I've heard Benjamin Netanyahu, you play the clip about Amalek, invoking the Old Testament when groups were slaughtering each other. Actually, that was the time, because they would do that too. Saying you kill the women, the children, their animals, their men, they're all cursed, they're all evil, kill them all. He invokes that, and that's how they're bringing the war crimes charges and genocide crimes, because he says it is an extermination. And I see the Israeli pundits everywhere. I could play hours of it here, saying we're going to wipe them all out because those kids are going to grow up to kill us. And it's like, you kill them, more Muslims come. They're having 5-6 kids apiece, so I can see where this leads. So here's a clip of what's the clip I was going to play? I forget. This is the girl with the leg blown on. And then I also want to play one more clip, and I'll give you like 5 minutes. a clip of Joan Rivers talking about Michelle Obama. So play them both back to back.
Joan Rivers over Michelle Obama. Okay, the reason he did that is earlier in the conversation they were having the Michelle Obama a man debate. But this, like, that's why this debate is amazing. Because, like, talking about Israel, Alex Jones is, like, shockingly coherent and cogent and making more reasonable points. But then on, like, everything else, Sandy Hook and Michelle Obama and Macron's life, and it's, like, right back into Kookyville. And he sort of undermines the decent points he makes on the Israel portion with all the other stuff. All right, let's watch a little bit more of this part. Again, I'm showing you right now, this is the most substantive part of this discussion. That's what I'm showing you right now. We're going to get to the other ones in just a minute, so hang in.
What's that?
Absolutely heartbreaking.
Go to Joan Rivers. I want a Joan Rivers, guys. Hit me the Joan Rivers clip. I've asked, like, I'm not matched for it. I've asked 5 times. Joan Rivers clip. I want that because Joan Rivers said that Michelle Obama is a man. That's a separate issue. We'll get to it in a minute. Okay, I just went for 5 minutes. I got my time back. Go ahead.
Yeah, remember, 5 Jewish minutes is 20 minutes. I get 20 minutes. Alex, correct?
Is that because
Can you laugh occasionally? Okay, anyway, here we go. This is a serious issue. You brought up a lot of things. Number one, Alex Jones. Let me be direct, unequivocal, and clear. Your disgusting comparison of what Israel's doing in Gaza to the Nazi German Holocaust is the very essence of anti-Semitism and the ultimate blood libel.
Talk about a one-trick pony. Talk about all the things that were said. Anti-Semite blood libel. Anti-Semite blood libel. Anti-Semite blood libel. Like, what are we supposed to do with it? And I love how immediately it's the over-the-top thing. It's disgusting. Okay, just from a human perspective, the way people interact, the way they communicate, it's almost like he's trying to be as ineffective as humanly possible on purpose. Nobody's going to like you, nobody's going to agree with you, if you are so over the top and antagonistic and aggressive all the fucking time. It's amazing. It's amazing. Imagine Rabbi Shmuel. This is like remember when Kanye went on Alex Jones' show and Kanye made Alex Jones look sane and reasonable in response to him? We're sort of in a similar position here with Rabbi Shmuel. Like, you're making Alex Jones look really rational and calm. Okay, so now let's go to this is where a lot of it goes off the rails.
I'm simply saying that all these governments get more power out of terror, more power out of crisis, more power out of insanity. Just like if we get hit by Hezbollah or Hamas, all these Islamists coming into the U.S., there'll be no discussion of who let them in. It'll all be just lose your rights. The border's wide open. My balls, and like you talk about, my tiny pee-pee, will then be fondled at the airport. So to me, I am a pro. You call me a white supremacist. I'm a human supremacist against the AI, against the New World Order, against the globalists, against the fentanyl, against the glyphosate, against the GMO, against the 5G. I don't look at it as Jew, Christian, Muslim, Palestinian. I look at it as people. I don't look at Xi Jinping and hate the Chinese people. So that's where I am. And people will say, oh, Jones hosted the Zionists. He's with the Zionists. Or Jones hosted Kanye. He's with Hitler. He's clearly having a breakdown. That is not. I'm really trying to have a large, very, very informative debate. We want to break in a minute. Go ahead.
Come on, Alex. These are just the most pathetic excuses. You're not a humanitarian. Cut the crap that you're against globalism. You're against humanity itself. You defend
all the ways to go after Alex Jones. You're anti-human. It's like he's trying to lose debates on purpose and make everybody hate him.
the murder of Jews. You blame the Jews for the terrorism. You're against humanity itself. You defend the murder of Jews. You blame the Jews for their own murder. You say that they're going to get terrible PR. You know, the one thing I do respect about you amidst your extremely checkered past and the disgrace you brought upon yourself by denying those 20 beautiful children and 6 educators who were murdered in San Diego, the one thing I respected about you is that you went to court to fight to get custody of your children after a divorce. Let me ask you a question. What if someone that, God forbid, and I'm sorry I have to bring this up, come into your house in the middle of the night, forget about custody, and murdered your children, and beheaded your children, and burned your children alive? You're a pretty tough guy. What would you do?
I would seek out people that did it. I wouldn't carpet bomb.
What would you do?
That's actually a reasonable answer. He's like, I would carpet bomb. I go with the people who actually did it are the ones who need to face justice.
I'll get mad.
What would you do? Nothing? Would you be afraid that your neighbors would condemn you? Like,
Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? Bring it down a couple notches.
man, would you talk about your freaking popularity? Would you worry about your social standing? No, you would protect your family. Stop telling us Jews that we have no right to protect ourselves.
Nobody is saying you can't protect yourself. My initial reaction after October 7th was, we all know where the Hamas leaders are. Some of them are in Turkey. Some of them are in Qatar. You think they didn't know about this highly technical and planned out terror attack on October 7th? Go round them up. Go round them up. They committed war crimes. Lock them up for life. Oh, like, let's go. Go at people who actually did it. That's what you're supposed to do. That's the answer he gives. And then, you know, Shmuel's like, oh, you don't want Jews to be able to defend themselves. No, I don't want killing of 40,000 Palestinians, 36,000 of which are innocent civilians. I don't want over 14,000 kids being murdered. And it's so dishonest. All right, final one. Here we go.
You just said that the Jewish people battle pornography. You're the guy on Howard Stern doing all this wild stuff. You're the guy in videos you release yourself. It looks like your grandson or some kid you're table dancing on, grinding on him. You're grabbing, I think it's your granddaughter's or little girl's breast.
It's true. This stuff Alex is saying here about him Shmuley releasing a video during the Jewish holidays, grinding on his like little grandson or whatever. It's true. I saw the videos. He's showing some of them right now.
Kid you're table dancing on, grinding on him. You're grabbing, I think it's your granddaughter's or little girl's breast. You're talking about my penis on air, and just now my penis is small, and all the rest of the stuff. And you're sitting there, are a famous guy for you know, being, let's just say, wild. I wasn't going to raise the fact that you've got kosher dildos and butt plugs. I would ask her, are you wearing one now? And then you tell me you have a butt plug right now?
All right, this is how I fully expected this entire debate to go. This clip right here that you're watching, this is what I would have expected.
I gotta stop that video in the background. There's too much foolishness going on. That's too much buffoonery for me. Jesse says, what games are you looking forward to coming out? Honestly, nothing. I'm just not looking forward towards it. I don't even know what's coming out. I've been so detached from video games because I'm focusing on life. I came. We run an organization around gaming, but my interest in games as like this industry, it's not really there. Last major game that came out that I was looking forward to is Tears of the Kingdom, and that's pretty much already done. So. Jumped out in front of me, stupid. Oh, crap. Oh, boy. Okay. Time to get nitty. Come on. What the hell was all of that? Check something, guys. Yeah, I think this guy got hit by his own shell. Let's see something real quick. Alright, so I'm after this guy, right? So you see him? So we both got green shells. I think I hit him. Watch it. I think I hit him and he get bang. Wait, oh, okay. Alright. I think he gets I hit him with this green shell and he gets hit by his own shell. Like that. Oh no, okay. It just went off on the screen. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me for this brief stream. Just wanted to give you guys the updates. Next time I'll stream is when I have another update for you guys. It looks like the thing with the Valkyries regarding the bubble tea place, it won't be a go, so they'll only be streaming there on Tuesdays rather than Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I'll take up your ideal. Was it Jesse who came up with the idea about doing anime reviews? It was you, Jesse. I'll bring it to the girls' attention to do some anime reviews during that, along with some games and some other stuff, and we'll see what goes from there. This month of April, we're only focusing on one project, which is at the end of April, which is a beauty brand commercial with the Valkyries. Outside of that, probably it's just going to be streams. That's pretty much it. So, thank you guys who come out, support, watch the channel, drop the high and all that other stuff. And thank you to all the people who come and support the Valkyries. I appreciate everything that you guys do. Support those girls. This is Triforce. We signing out. Deuces, guys. Peace.
I'm Empress Nile. I manage and direct the Valkyries of Arcadia. The Valkyries of Arcadia, we are a multi-talented pop icon gaming group. Each Valkyrie has specific talents. For example, we have Hasari, she's our dance coordinator. We have Kwanai, she's our songbird, she sings. We have Silva Neko, she's into cosplay, graphic design, and she handles that part for the Valkyries. And we have Alicia, who is into fitness and wellness. The organization started around 20 years ago when Empire Arcadia, the company, was formed. The Valkyries of Arcadia is the female division. Anime, I wouldn't say is our main focus because we are multi-talented and we do focus on many things, but we do go to events like Anime Comfest, which has a multitude of different things there. For example, I host our annual Just Dance Off esports tournament every year. And also we do cosplay and we do different activities for people to enjoy. I don't only manage and direct, but I also do host events. For example, our Valkyrie retreats. That's where we either go to a private pool and hang out there, or we go out for sushi at East Japanese, and then we come back and end the day with our branded gaming streams. For example, we have Bed Lounge Game and Chat, which I stream on YouTube and Trovo. There we dress all cute and sexy in bed while having fun streaming our favorite video games. It is literally my life. It's work, but it's also very fun. I work in the television entertainment industry, where I also perform in music videos. I host entertainment shows, and I was also the host for Jamaica's only video game TV show, the Lab Video Game TV. I'm also currently working on the Valkyries' very own reality TV show for Jamaica. There you can get a real inside look into how we live our lives. So it's real. This is real. Jamaica is slowly opening up to anime, pop culture on a whole. A few years ago, it would be seen as little pitney something, go take up your book. But now, thanks to the internet and outside influence, of course, people are seeing that it's more of a career. It can be a very viable part, and Jamaica is also so rich in culture. So if we could mesh our culture with pop culture, anime, thanks to Anime Confest and other events like that, Jamaican public are slowly opening up to it. And what I would like to see more of, we're kind of already doing it because people are opening up to anime. We're fine walking out in public in our cosplay so far. They're opening up. And the only thing I would like to change is the speed, but it is happening. Looking good is also a part of the job, which is why I'm an ambassador and a model for the digital, international, and print product of Jamaica magazine. Yeah, we even got our own exclusive magazine. You can find me pretty much everywhere on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all the socials at Empress Nile. That's EMPR3SS Nile.